Bricks and Minifigs responded to my video by Reckless Ben. Let's get this react started.
Minifigs officially responded to my Lego video we made about them, and I haven't read it yet, but someone just sent it to me, so I was like, well, let's make a video about this. This is not Lego video part 2. Part 2 is still on my Patreon if you want to check it out. Patreon.com/recklessben. This is just our response to Bricks and Minifigs response. Okay, should we pull it up? Actually, wait, before we start the video, we gotta talk about our sponsors. This video is sponsored by We Steal From Old People and Stealing From Bricks and Minifigs. They're the ones that thought of this genius business model, so they get all the credit for this. They posted this on their website. Let's see what they said. Over the past several months, many in our community have seen posts and videos regarding a dispute involving the former Bricks and Minifigs location in Salem, Oregon. We understand the frustration and passion behind these discussions. Do they understand?
This just sounds like a bunch of legalese. So, okay, this isn't part 2. We'll eventually get to part 2. But this is just a bunch of legalese to save their butts. Look. You guys can say, oh, but like the state, there's nothing bad about the state of Utah. It's like, look, all government is corrupt in one shape or form. And the fact that they handled this so poorly, they deserve all the backlash that they got for this nonsense, dude. Are you telling, like, what? They're not even sorry. I doubt that they apologize to Ben. I highly doubt it.
I don't think they fully understand.
Because when I went to ask him about this was his response.
What's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our...
And again, this guy, like, obviously I don't know the CEO personally. I don't know what he does in his day-to-day life. But bro's eyes are like so devoid of the light. And I mentioned this last time. His soul is just not there. Do you look at this person and think he lives a happy life? You think he believes in Jesus? Dude, this guy, absolute dumpster fire, absolute clown. I think he might have graduated clown college with a minor in business, how to scam people. He's a con artist.
Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Bricks and Minifigs is built on a community of collectors and families who care deeply about fairness, and that is a value we share. Maybe Bricks and
Yeah, fairness for your people, maybe. For the victims of the situation, probably not, actually.
Minifigs just shows their care in a completely different way than most people do. And they show that care by stealing from people.
To be absolutely clear, Bricks and Minifigs does not condone, tolerate, or participate in the exploitation of anyone, especially older adults or vulnerable members of our community. I fucking love that they just...
Yeah, I don't think so. I absolutely think that you participate in it. Now, is everyone in the chain culpable for the actions of a few? No. But the fact that the CEO was involved, it looks really bad. It looks really bad. I doubt he's been removed at this point. Maybe that's something that we get to figure out in Ben's latest video, but I highly doubt it. All the bad actors in this will probably just get a slap on the wrist, and Ben basically got put in content jail for months because he exposed them. Similar to how Nick Shirley was exposing the Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, rather, as we say here on this channel.
Specifically put, especially older adults. Or vulnerable members of her community.
If they're not exploiting anyone, especially older adults, why are they stealing from old adults then? That seems like a weird way to not exploit old adults.
Yeah. When a complex business dispute is reduced to edited social media clips, critical facts are often lost. While we will not litigate this online, which they are currently doing, we want to clarify the core situation.
Okay, so I see what...
But when social media... I mean, look, it's 2026. We're in the big 26, the big cheese, the big 26. Okay, obviously people are gonna post about it, and people with a bigger following are gonna share it. And if it becomes viral, your own stupidity is just highlighted. So maybe you should stop being a jerk, and that way, when people talk about you, it isn't bad, because this is criminal. What they did was criminal, and now they're trying to hide and say, like, oh, we're the victims. These guys are just propagating hate. Obviously without mentioning Ben's name. But it's clear that they were the first ones to propagate the hate. This whole situation they deserve to get clowned on for how badly they've treated the people involved. Terrible. And then when you get exposed, you want to cry victim? No, this is not how it works, especially not in 2026 with people who have platforms. Businesses are ended because of bad reviews. This is just exposing the traffic or the ring of evil that these people are participating in.
They're saying, so right now they're saying this is all a big misunderstanding. Ben has edited these clips to make us look bad, but we're not really bad. Now, for the rest of this article, we're going to share our...
I mean, yeah, it's alleged. Sure. But with everything that we've seen so far, I have no doubt that they're problematic, but yeah. Alleged. Sure, if we want to avoid getting in trouble here.
Our side that Ben left out is what I'm assuming they're saying here, right?
Sounds like it.
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe Bricks and Minifigs is right, and we should give them a chance to share their side of the story. So let's see their side. So it says the reality of the consignment claim. Much of the online narrative centers around a private consignment arrangement allegedly made by a former Salem store. It is vital to understand that Bricks and Minifigs corporate was not a party to this alleged agreement, nor were subsequent franchises who took the ownership of the Salem location after the former owners were removed. So Bricks and Minifigs does have a point here. The previous owner, according to Bricks and Minifigs franchise agreement, they're not supposed to do consignments. They're supposed to buy the Legos and then sell them. So I think the old owner broke the rules. However, this does not, basically what this is called a whataboutism, is what they call it in politics. Basically, Bricks and Minifigs is saying, well, to take the focus off the bad thing we did, look, the previous owner also did something bad too. So
why not just take accountability for what you did? I think that makes you look worse, does it not? Like, anytime that you try to point towards something bad that someone else did without fully acknowledging your own and owning up for it, just, I think it kills the argument and it kills your credibility, to be honest. Yeah, this whole situation, no bueno.
Oh, because she did something bad, that makes, I mean, it just makes both of them bad. It doesn't make them, this doesn't prove their innocence. Yeah,
it doesn't make them the heroes. It doesn't make me any more sympathetic for the current alleged mistakes.
We'll keep reading. Maybe this is just the first paragraph. Corporate did not assign, approve, or authorize this arrangement, which is further proof of why they should not have the Legos in the store. If this is something that the brand doesn't do, if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't do consignment deals, then they should just give the Legos back, right? There's no reason for these Legos to be in their store. They didn't pay for them. They're not doing a business deal with Brian anymore. So just give them back. Easy solution. Franchisees operate independent businesses. While they must follow system standards, the franchisor does not automatically inherit responsibility for private, unauthorized agreements a local owner may enter into. This is basically corporate saying, hey, we can't control our franchises, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
And then, but the problem...
I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm not sure how those kind of operating agreements are. But even if, let's say, you can't control them, at the very least, you can put some pressure saying, you know, you're going to take away their status or something. I don't think that it can't be that hands off. But that's something I'd like to definitely look into, and we can maybe look at after this video. You know, seeing how franchise agreements kind of like operate, because I'm very curious. Because there's no way you don't have any control. They make your brand look bad, right? And you would want to not support a franchise, you know, regardless of what state it's in. You know, you wouldn't want to keep it running. You would want to disassociate from people who are making your brand look terrible. At least I would think so. And yeah, just give back the Legos. This whole thing wouldn't happen if you just gave it back. Just pressure them to give it back because it's not theirs. Especially based on the rules that you guys have. If the previous owner made this mistake, there's no reason for you to, you know, continue on with the same one or, you know, start a whole other one, you know? Well, allegedly at least, right?
Problem is when you go to the franchises, they say, well, corporate told us to do this.
It's like McDonald's. You guys know that, like, there's a difference between, like, the corporate McDonald's and the franchise ones? And then they're going to say, like, let me go to corporate. We're in an episode of The Office, Jet. Lego edition.
Getting a hold of corporate.
In the security camera footage, corporate's the one taking over the store.
Seeking facts over narratives. Serious claims require serious evidence. I do agree. We both agree with that.
Yes.
We have repeatedly asked for the original documents and undoctored recordings that support these accusations. So isn't that funny? Didn't we try to get the evidence over to you guys?
Yeah, did I remember that time when I had all the evidence in my hand and I walked into the store?
Dude, they just been caught on camera at this point. Oh my gosh. Look, you can think this is stupid, it's over a bunch of Legos, but think about it. This is somebody who wanted to make money on something that is valuable. And and then there's this whole ordeal. Just give them back to Legos, man. You already shot yourself in the foot.
And I just said, hey, here's all the evidence. I'm not judging you. Let's figure this out. And what did they do?
Can we have like a clip like playing right now?
Yeah, let's roll the clip.
Well, so here's still all of the Lego sets you guys still have.
I don't have anything to do with that, and I don't want that. You can go ahead and...
Okay, I know we roasted her last time we watched the video, but I'm gonna roast her again. Lady, you and I, we're gonna go get us a gym membership, and we're gonna walk in there on the treadmill for a little bit.
Leave, but I'm going to ask you one more time. This is the last time. I do not want that. You're not handing me anything.
I tried for a long time just to get her to look at this contract.
Why do you think your friend would be entitled to our inventory?
What's his?
To their inventory. Uh-huh. And my name is Berta Smith the 10th.
He owns the Legos.
Huh? He doesn't own the Legos.
Well, yeah, we have a contract. He does own them.
No, bro, are you an idiot? Are you stupid?
I ask you the same thing. Do you know what a contract is? Bro's like, try to deny the fact that they have the paperwork right there, and this woman refused to look at it. See how uncooperative people can be? Instead of saying, you know, we'll go check on it in good faith and see what's going on, they resort to ad hominem attacks, which makes me think they're guilty, or at least are really big jerks that should go out of business ASAP.
Josh, the police are showing up right now.
Oh, that was a good clip. I guess this clip is them begging for us to give them evidence, right?
It sounds like it.
And that we were the ones that refused to give them the evidence.
It makes no sense. They literally go, we have repeatedly asked. Okay, that's bullshit. Selective social media posts and investigative style videos are not a substitute for the complete records and legal agreements that govern the rights of all involved parties.
Okay, let's put all the evidence right here. We got the consignment deal. We got the full inventory list that the Bricks and Minifigs store made that shows which sets were sold, which sets are still in the store, and which sets Brian has not been paid for. This was an inventory list made by the store. Here's the security camera footage of corporate knowing there was a consignment deal.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
Here's all the metadata timestamped pictures.
Honestly, he did a pretty darn good job collecting the evidence and also showing it. So they're just being Delulu at this point.
Of the sets that were still in the store when the owner got kicked out. I've printed all of this proof out and tried to give it to them, and this was their response.
You could go ahead and leave now.
Really?
So you could go ahead and leave now, or I will call the police for harassment.
Well, I'm not harassing you.
No, you are.
Wow, that was a really good clip.
Yeah.
It shows exactly what they wanted, which was obviously to talk to you. If a legitimate claim exists, there are established legal and dispute resolution processes to handle it fairly. Attempting to force a business outcome through public pressure, especially on unrelated stores and employees, is not a productive or fair path forward.
Basically what they're saying is, let's figure this out the legal way. Well, we did what he said.
I mean, they tried, and Ben got silenced for that. Ben and his crew. I mean, if I remember from the last video, I mean, they got like all the evidence. They tried getting the police involved. Trying to remember. It's been a while, man. I forgot if they went to court. But no, I'm not wishing harm on anybody either side. I do hope that at the end of the day, this gets clarified and that justice will be delivered in a way that nobody gets harmed, physically. Now, will there be some mental turmoil? There already has been, but I don't wish any harm, even on the Bricks and Minifigs people, even if I do think what they've done is highly unprofessional and very malicious from what I've seen so far. But at the end of the day, we don't know everyone's intentions. We can only really pray for them at the end that they do the right thing. But we'll see. We've got a couple videos to watch today.
Actually, we did sue him and we won. And then they didn't like the legal way. Bricks and Minifigs was the one who didn't want to do it the legal way. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because this is what happened when we won. Dang it! They closed down their entire store because Bricks and Minifigs did not want to do the legal way. Okay. Bricks and Minifigs stores is a private business with the right to protect.
Ben just being in his underwear is so crazy, bro. They ended up closing the store. I remember now. They ended up closing the store, and that also went very viral too. Oh my gosh. Please don't do that again.
Their premises. We will continue to support our owners in prohibiting disruptive conduct or harassment. This is not about silencing criticism. It is about, oh, they're not trying to silence criticism. Now, I feel like Bricks and Minifigs is,
I don't know. It seems like that's what they've been doing this whole time. And even the police is on their side trying to silence them the entire time. The whole first video, the whole hour and a half that we watched a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I don't think they enjoy criticism at all.
doing whatever they can to silence criticism. And if you don't believe me, watch part 2.
Moving forward together, our position remains simple. Bricks and Minifigs Corporate was not a party to the unauthorized Salem Consignment Agreement.
Wait. But they were a party in the theft of the Legos.
Any legitimate claims should be resolved through the proper legal channels where facts can be evaluated fairly. And we already did that.
Yep. So, facts can be evaluated. We put all of the documents on the screen.
We ask our fans and creators to consider the human impact of the content they share.
I mean, what about the impact that you've had on the life of this family? 200K is not a small number, right? The value of those Legos that they still owe the money for. Like, I don't see any repentance. I don't see anything to say that they're actually going to try to make the situation right and see if they can help, the family that gave them the Legos, that sold them the Legos. Just pathetic, man. This is such corporate knees that I am rolling my eyes. I am rolling my eyes at how pathetic this is.
Fairness is a two-way street. It requires looking at the full picture and respecting the rights of unrelated small business owners and their staff. I mean, shouldn't they care about people below them?
This doesn't say how they're moving forward. Moving forward should be, let's give Brian his Legos back, right?
Yeah. We love the Lego community and the creativity it fosters.
Well, they're making the Lego community look really bad, so...
Not only that, maybe they should gift him a couple sets of Legos on top of that for all the stress that they put him through. Not just saying, like, yeah, we're going to give it back, but I think that they need to pay reparations and damages for what they've caused. I'm going to be honest. An apology, public apology, and that they're going to be doing better, that they're going to be updating rules, that they're going to be fair, and that they're going to start taking cases like this seriously. Because think about it. If this is just one case, and it's a big one, because again, 200K, but think about even smaller cases, right? What if there's more people that this has happened to who are not willing to speak up out of fear? Or maybe they're like, you know what, it's not worth it. It's like, what, maybe $50 worth of Legos, whatever the case may be. And it just sets a terrible precedent. What they're doing sets a terrible precedent for allowing more abuse to happen across the different franchises. So
until they give Brian his Legos back, they're just going to keep making the Lego community look terrible.
We thank those who have waited for the facts before accepting rumors as truth.
I think what they're trying to say by this line is that they have the facts and we have the rumors, right? Because we're just trying to promote some narrative when they're the ones that have the facts. But if you look at the situation, it kind of seems like we're the ones that have the facts. I mean, we put all the facts up on the screens, and he now has a narrative with no evidence.
Yeah, exactly. Literally just like 4 or 5 paragraphs with no evidence whatsoever. We thank those who have waited for the facts before accepting rumors as truth. and who continue to support their local Bricks and Minifigs franchise stores.
Okay, here we go. Because this matter involves active legal issues, we will provide further updates only when it's appropriate and legally permissible to do so. So this is what they're saying is like, we're not going to respond again. And they're saying it's because we can't legally do it. Their legal issues are with me. Like we've already been to court, like I think 3 times. I can share my side. Why can't they?
3 freaking times. Oh my gosh, this guy's mental fortitude has to be like over 9,000 because there's no way you sit in a courtroom like 3 times trying to get these guys for what they have allegedly done. Oh my gosh. Like, and I think so. I think that was Ice Dragon just now that I saw on, was that on YouTube? He said that they're also suing the family that they stole the Legos from for millions as retaliation for Ben's Facebook post. So imagine that. Oh my, this story is just, the more that it unfolds, the more evil that you see in these people's hearts. Like the evil and the greed of humanity.
Share their side.
Front and center for us.
And unless their side would get them in a lot of legal trouble and they could go to jail, I guess, is why. Actually, it makes sense now why they can't share their side. Bricks and Minifigs is saying, yes, we have all of Brian's Legos in our store. No, we didn't pay for them, but we would, and their answer for that is, we would never try to exploit an old man. But it seems like that's what they're doing. They're exploiting an old man. So I think
actions speak louder than words. That is the golden rule. It's very clear as day what they're doing.
a better response would be explain why do you have these Legos in your store without paying for them. That would be an explanation, right? Like that would be good. But they won't be able to do that because what they would be doing is they're explaining what stealing is. And that's what Bricks and Minifigs did. And especially not just stealing, but stealing from an old person, which is who Bricks and Minifigs likes to steal from.
It's so heartbreaking, man. Honestly, if they did go more specific, it just look bad. I feel like it just blows up in their face regardless. But I would have rather they confessed early and moved on early, and we all could have gone home and wiped our hands clean of this. I mean, it would probably kill their sales still, but you know, I don't know. I wish they would do the right thing, man.
The most.
Yeah.
There's also one more thing. So there's this other guy. It's like there's a Lego store like a couple blocks. It's like literally like right down the street from Bricks and Minifigs. It's called Bricks and Beyond. And this guy's getting a bunch of hate from my video because people are confusing his store with the Bricks and Minifigs store.
Oh my gosh. That's what. But like, okay, I'm going to be cynical for like 1 second. What if this is their alternative franchise? Just in case things go down, they can run over to that one. Cynical moment. Probably not true, but imagine. I hope not, though. It sucks that someone's getting hate. Like, that can't be a coincidence. That's crazy. Are Legos really that popular? Like, I would think that there's just a bunch of Lego stores everywhere, but not like these third-party sellers and or, you know, buyers or whatever. That's crazy. Honestly, I've been disconnected from Lego since I was younger. All I know is that in the last like decade or however long it's been out, it blew up in popularity, and you just see all the sets, the Pokemon sets, the Minecraft, everything is crazy.
Yeah, but the problem is this guy runs like a super ethical Lego store, and should we give him a call right now?
Yeah,
actually,
it's very similar in names. It is not related to Bricks and Minifigs at all.
First off, do you enjoy stealing from old people?
That is not what we do.
Oh, see, so basically everyone that's giving you
It's like, best question, the guy's reaction, just perfect moment. I'm glad that he doesn't like stealing from old people. That's always a plus. Maybe he'll get an influx of business instead of criticism.
Investment then is basically mixing up the two stores is what you're saying.
Essentially, yeah.
Dude, this is insane. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure I drop a like for Mr. Recklessman here. He's gonna need my extra penny dollars for my like. All right, let's go to the next video in a second here. So I think this is part 2 over here. If you guys want, we can skip over to part 2 instead of going to this video here, which is I got Bricks and Minifigs leaked email, but I kind of want to go through everything. We have plenty of time to go through everything. I may take a quick break after this second one, just to go eat my food. And then I'll be back and we can watch the actual part 2 of this. So insane, dude. All right.
Corporate bricks and minifigs sent.
So the next video is I got bricks and minifigs leaked email. Also by Reckless Ben. Let's see what's up.
Out an email to all of their lower franchises, basically instructions on how to deal with our documentary we made about them. And we got a hold of this email. The email leaked online.
And now we're just gonna read through this. I haven't seen this at all. So, dear franchisees, as most of you are aware, our network is currently facing a coordinated negative PR attack stemming from a former franchisee's consignment dispute in Salem, Oregon. A YouTuber, Reckless Ben, has released multiple videos amplifying this narrative, which has unfortunately led to
What? That's crazy that the email got leaked. Yo, champion whistleblower, let's freaking go. W whistleblower in the chat. No, stop. Maybe not for him. Probably lost his job, but yeah, wow. Now they're really pushing towards throwing Ben under the bus here. So let's see.
harassment calls, review bombing, and store disruptions across our network.
So right away, I like how they say it's coordinated. They're saying like, oh, all the big streamers are working together now, and like all these people that are talking about it, that's all a big.
Look, Reckless Ben has probably made the big dollars unless YouTube has demonetized him because somehow the CEO maybe reached out to YouTube and be like, hey, do you mind demonetizing this guy? Actually, I think Reckless Ben also got in trouble with Patreon. Unless it was someone else, and you guys can correct me in chat if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure his Patreon got like blinked out of existence because of this whole drama, which was crazy. Or that might have been Tyler Oliveira or someone else, or Nick Shirley, can't remember, but I could be remembering wrong, which I apologize if I'm misinforming you guys. I could just be mixing him up with either Tyler Oliveira or Nick Shirley. I can't. They're all getting in trouble for exposing the truth. It's crazy, honestly. But yeah, this whole situation is not looking good for bricks and minifigs. No matter which way you slice it, it leaves a lot to be desired. It leaves a very bitter taste in my mouth, that's for sure.
Conspiracy against us.
So he goes to a franchise Lego store in Salem, Kaiser, Oregon. It's called Bricks and Minifigs.
Them stealing.
Voice critical. Dude, I don't watch Charlie anymore for a variety of different reasons, but it's crazy that he also chimed in. I mean, I know I'm not getting paid for this. You know, Ben's not paying me. I don't think he's paying anyone else. I mean, it's a situation that blew up. Of course, content creators are going to talk about it. It's insane. YouTube will be paying the ad revenue, but you know, it's not like, as far as I'm aware, I don't think these guys just sat down at a round table and said, hey, y'all wanna talk about some Legos brick by brick, and then I'll go later and put my laptop on top of 2 bricks or cinder blocks, rather. They're cinder blocks. And chat about it. I don't think there was like some content creator conference saying like, hey guys, let's team up, let's get all the big YouTubers and talk about this. I highly doubt it. These guys are paranoid.
Multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Legos from at least Brian.
And a video by Reckless Ben, political corruption, and company stealing $200K from an old man.
The reality of the situation, though, is that Bricks and Minifigs did such a terrible thing that a lot of people want to talk about it.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's not like we're all coordinating to take down Bricks and Minifigs. It's just Bricks and Minifigs did such an evil action that everyone on the internet wants to weigh in. Oh, wait, one more thing. I forgot to address where we're at right now. So we are definitely in America. As you can see behind me, we are in St. Louis, Kansas City. Basically, we found out that if you have a warrant for your arrest and you flee the country, it's actually super illegal.
Exactly. We're 100% not in Mexico at all right now.
As you can see, and you can tell exactly where we are.
Okay, I don't know if this was a necessary part of the video. I would much rather they just go and dive into it instead of saying where they are or where they're not. I think just reporting the facts and what was shared is way more important. This seems more like a comedy skit at this point.
Art by the background, the arch in the background. We want to give everyone a clear recap of exactly what corporate is doing behind the scenes to protect you guys, what we can expect regarding a life cycle of this situation, and how we can work together as a team to move on from this defense to offense. No longer are we just going to try to defend our actions. We're going to try and take Reckless Ben down.
Dang.
So now we have the leaked documents of how they plan on taking me down.
While we will not litigate this matter in the media, we are taking aggressive action behind the scenes.
Why not do it in the media? You know, if they have nothing to hide and they actually are the innocent ones, why not do it in the public? Because then if they make it public, the public will see that they have nothing to hide, or they're going to do it behind the scenes because they know that they're only suing us in order to silence us. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
All right. Corporate was not involved in this specific local consignment issue.
Wait.
So is the CEO like not corporate? His response is not representative of corporate? Huh? Are we in the same timeline, chat? did we go to a different timeline? Did Doctor Strange finally come into our universe and say, hey, we're going to this timeline over here. We're going to Earth XYZ.
Don't we have them on video saying they're going to be taking the consignment over?
He's taking on the business. He takes on all that consignment.
Like, am I forgetting something? Did that part of my memory just like blimp out of existence? Like, I'm pretty sure that they're involved in more ways than one, allegedly.
That person on the phone is actually one of the people from the corporate offices that says, we are taking over the consignment now. This is a corporate issue. This is corporate lying to their franchisees right now.
Corporate.
And they may not have made any official statement until much after, but the evidence is there that they're involved. They're involved. I doubt that they don't know what's going on in their franchises. After all, franchises had to pay money to the corporate to use like their logo, the brand, and the recipes and things like that. There's no way that they're not. Obviously, this isn't the restaurant, so recipes don't apply. But you know, they gotta pay money. They gotta report the facts, the money, the financials, and all that good stuff. I guess depending on the agreement, of course.
Was not involved in this specific local consignment issue, and we are holding firm on the facts.
I kind of feel bad for the franchise owners here because it's like we are showing so much evidence of these things that are happening, and then corporate's saying, hey, all this evidence, you can't believe it because we have the facts. We're not going to show you the facts, but we have the facts. And now as a franchise owner, you have to think, okay, do I believe the side with all the evidence and get fired? Because if they take our side with the evidence, then they get fired. Or do I just take the side that claims they have the facts but don't have the facts, and then this way I don't get fired? Yeah, so corporate's kind of putting all their franchises in a really bad situation right now.
Of course. They don't want to look bad, and on top of that, you can mess around with the little guy. I'm sure with maybe franchises that aren't doing as well, what do they care? They'll throw them under the bus. Human greed knows no bounds. And if you're in the way, or you can be used as a scapegoat, it's 100% going to happen. It's not... Look, this is nothing new under the sun. It's just tragic to watch, you know, people openly do this, you know? Of course, praying for all involved. But man, this is just evil. This is humanity's evil nature just in full display here.
And it kind of sucks because it's like, I actually like Bricks and Minifigs. I think there's a lot of innocent franchises out there that didn't do anything, but corporate's just saying like, we don't care about our franchises. We're going to screw over all our franchises. It kind of sucks that corporate's doing that, and we're trying to help corporate do the right thing right now so the innocent franchises don't get screwed, but corporate's just screwing everything up for these innocent franchises right now by doing this. Law enforcement and federal involvement. We are...
And that's another thing that sucks about this. Imagine building a company. You know, I don't know the full story of Bricks and Minifigs. I'm sure it started out as a small business, small venture, whatever. And building that up only for the next owner to also continue in some clown fiesta nonsense. You know, something that's a really good idea. I mean, heck, look, I may not be like a Legos fan, but I can admit, as someone who was a kid at some point and Legos being around, so many children cherished, you know, so many adults even now, you know, cherish their Legos. And I think it really leaves like a stain, right, on, I don't want to call it like the community, but you know, on Legos, on the company Bricks Minifigs itself. And I'm sure that there's other businesses like the one that was getting the criticism that are doing something similar. Maybe it's a smaller scale, but this ruins public perception. It ruins trust. And, you know, in the short term, it's definitely going to affect their economy, right? The trading, the selling, this and that. You know, people are going to want to take it to their own hands instead of going through this middleman, right? They're going to probably take to like eBay or whatever, Facebook Marketplace, whatever it may be. And it's going to affect, I guess, their bottom line. And it's could lead to, you know, franchises being closed if there's no money, if there's no trust. You know, I was going over the fact earlier that bad reviews can ruin your business. Now, obviously, not everyone is glued to the internet. You know, like, hopefully people are touching grass, but a lot of young people, right, especially millennials and Gen Z, are online. There's a lot of chronically online people, and bad reviews can deter a lot of people. It's going to start deterring your future market. And if you do that, you know, enough bad reviews, you're going to go out of business, or you're not going to get as much business as from, your primary audience, because you've destroyed that trust. And I don't know about you, but I would not shop here, even if not all the franchises are at fault. I wouldn't want to take the risk of selling my stuff or buying stuff through a company that has clearly shown that they're not trustworthy. And here's the thing. When you're a business, and let's say you're at this massive level in your corporation, even if you're a franchise and you might operate separately from whatever, corporations, you know, even like VTuber agencies, right? You're looked as one entity. All of the people within it, you stand kind of as one, and people will not care about the people who get affected because, let's say, a higher up made a bad decision. You all get affected in one way or another. Now, the bottom line, people are gonna get the boot quicker than the people at the top. And it's just upsetting, man, because this is a lot of people's lives at stake over something that they could have just confessed to, given it up, you know, maybe given them a little extra and moved on. I think a lot of people would have been really happy with that resolution, and it would look way better for Bricks and Minifigs to own up and move on. There are plenty of companies that will do the same, but it just seems like they're really quick to bend the knee to the woke mind over actually giving true justice to people who were affected in a negative way. So really, really disappointing to see this, and it's gonna spiral out of control, I'm sure, with the other videos that we're gonna end up watching.
Actively working and sharing records with local police, Oregon State Police, the FBI, and USPIS. So basically, Bricks and Minifigs is getting the FBI involved. Legal action. Our legal team is preparing direct.
What are they getting the FBI involved for? To cover up their mess? Is this what's going on? Their alleged mess, you know?
Claims and seeking a TRO, a temporary restraining order, to halt the harassment and push this matter to full litigation against all parties. So basically, I think what they're trying to say here is they're trying to get some type of order where we can't post anything about them on social media. And so they're like, oh, well, if we can somehow silence them, then we can get away with our crime, is what they're basically saying. And we can see this.
Yep. It's all just corporate needs for, we're going to try to cover ourselves as much as we can and lose as little as we can while making sure that the people at the bottom get absolutely destroyed.
Because in my last video, they put random like copyright claims and privacy complaints over the entire video of scenes where it's literally just like me and you hanging out with each other. And like, did you want your face blurred in the video?
No.
Well, I can speak for myself. I didn't want my face blurred in the video. So Bricks and Minifigs is basically doing a bunch of weird stuff to try and get my videos taken down. And they said in their last response, it wasn't to silence criticism, but that's kind of what it seems like it is. Issuing cease and desist demands regarding unauthorized website they created. So basically, we made a website called www.westealfromoldpeople.com. Basically, Bricks and Minifigs is suing us because we're copying them, I think. So they got really upset at the fact that we decided to also steal from old people. And Bricks and Minifigs was like,
dude, this guy, sure. Hold on. Let me hide myself for a second because it's hilarious. I know you guys can't really see it with the positioning, but I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. They got mad over a beam, bro. But honestly, like, look, as funny as I think it is, you know, you got to be careful. You don't want to poke the bear too hard, but this whole thing is crazy, man. Hold on, where is this? Where's my water though? So I can show you guys how funny this is. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me move this down. The guy's shirt on the right says Chick-fil gay. Oh my gosh. This guy's killing me. Like, I know you guys can't see it, but I'm just watching. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of memers. This is great.
Hey, that's our thing. Only we can steal from old people. Bricks and Minifigs wants to have a monopoly on stealing from old people. And now that we entered the business,
no, this is sarcasm, but I wonder if they're gonna use this against him in the future.
they are going to try and send us a cease and desist letter to take our website down. So that way they're the only ones in the game of stealing from old people.
If you have any old people that you want us to steal from, call this number.
I will personally answer all of your phone calls. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wait, I'm pretty sure like Reckless Ben is either like in his 20s or 30s, bro. But this is my kind of humor. Let's go. Let's bring it up.
Says the TRO is a preliminary injunction and is valid court order that will get the platforms to remove the content. Basically what they're saying is everything these guys did in their YouTube video was fair use. It was...
Look, chat, we're the Bean Mafia. I think we need to throw our hat in the ring. Let's start to scam old people with really cute anime girls. And I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll open up like a maid cafe and we'll steal their wallets or something and not give it back. What do you think, guys? Also, for full disclosure, this is a joke. We don't promote stealing here. Okay? This is all for the memes. This is all for me. We'll go over the cute little maid cafe. We're gonna have cute little bean outfits, and we're gonna sell them mocha lattes for $15. $15 a pop. 16 ounces. We're gonna run Starbucks out of business, bro. This is the plan. We're gonna call it the Bean Mafia Cafe, and you'll get the full experience when you walk in. You'll get an offer you can't refuse. And then all the old people come in. We'll give them newspapers or something so that they can read it. it'll be great, man. With the coffee and a croissant, maybe. Make it like $20. I'm telling you, Starbucks is going to regret ever being in business. And maybe we'll dangle some Legos and dangle some Legos in front of their face. Make it the full experience, chat.
Constructive criticism on how we can be a better company.
Yes, pumpkin spice lattes will be $60, and you will get a white Karen hand delivering it to you. She's gonna give you the roleplay experience of yelling at you and telling you, yeah, you gotta wait for your order, old coot. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. She's gonna have a fedora on her hand, so that cute little frilly maid thing. It's gonna be great. I can see it now, dude. Starbucks, nothing on us, chat. This is the Bean Mafia Cafe. Take it or leave it. And if you double cross me, you better hope that the sewage maintenance people don't pop by, you know?
However, we don't like that they caught us in our illegal act. So we're going to go to court and find some crazy loophole that maybe we can take advantage of the YouTube's AI algorithm there's a lot of flaws in the algorithm. So maybe we can take advantage of that and find a loophole to take down their video so people don't get mad at us for what we did. That's basically what this paragraph says. So you want to read the next paragraph?
Platform takedowns. We have reached out to Google/YouTube.
Also, really quick shill here. Guys, if we want Starbucks to be out of business sooner rather than later, I need you to go to the pinned link in all of my chats and go buy yourself a Celestium mug. Your kind contribution will help us establish our Bean Mafia Cafe. We will, in fact, have cat girls, so go get your coffee mug today before it's gone. You only have until July 31st. To get your mug, and they will ship out as I get them, I guess. So don't miss out and get your cute Celestium mug today. And if you don't get it, you better hope the Mafia don't know where you live.
Patreon, GoDaddy, and Facebook to report the specific pages, videos, privacy violations, and the coordinated review.
You're gonna take down my Patreon? What the heck? That sucks.
Oh man.
Well, subscribe now while it's still up. I do want to say this. Part 2, so I'm working as hard as I can right now on part 3. Once part 3 is up in like maybe a week, part 2 will be live on YouTube, and then part 3 will be on Patreon. So part 2 will be on YouTube very soon, don't worry. But as of now, if you want early access, subscribe to Patreon while it's still up.
Policy review. We are actively reviewing internal policies to prevent similar transition issues from occurring in the future. Oh, okay, I see. I know what they're talking about right there. So like internal policies. I think they're talking about the consignment deals.
That reminds me of another update. So since the last video, I actually got a hold of the franchise agreement that the previous owner, Crystal, made with corporate. And it says in her contract, it says consignments are allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy sh**.
I mean, that's their #1 argument. And it just says in the contract, like, oh, you can do consignment.
So can they not? This is getting so confusing, bro. Like, It either they can, that it's like, the story changes like every 10 seconds. This is insanity, man. You guys keeping up with this? Like, how many times did they say no consignment, then consignment? Like, we need to keep a tally chart. Who's keeping the tally chart? Because mentally, I think my brain is kind of fried right now.
So like, what the heck, corporate? Sharing any of this internal legal strategy publicly with customers can severely compromise or damage our active legal case against Ben Schneider. Well, not only did someone share with a customer, they shared it with me themselves. So
you're sharing with the world.
And now I'm sharing it with the
Dude, I wish I knew who these whistleblowers were, because I just want to give them like the biggest award known to man for for sharing this. Like, there has to be at least like one good person saying, look, this is evil. I'm risking my job. I'm risking my livelihood. But it's worth, man. It's worth whistleblowing over it. Plus, maybe they'll get a very handsome payout. Maybe they're the controlled opposition. Who knows at this point?
World. So take that, corporate. What to expect? The outrage cycle.
Based on historical data and export crisis management research, there's a typical cycle to online outrage. Understanding this timeline helps us manage expectations and maintain stability. Initial wave.
I like how we're trying to be like mathematical with this. Like, we have calculated every controversy.
Okay.
Current phase.
Okay, initial wave, current phase. Peak intensity typically lasts 3 to 7 days after major videos drop. While the spike in harassment and calls is sharp, it quickly loses steam as online attention naturally shifts. We believe we are currently at or past the peak of the first wave.
I think they sent this out when it had only like 100.
They can't be that scared. They can't. Now they're milking it too, bro. They're absolutely milking this. There's no
1,000
way.
views on it, and now it's like 1.5 million views or something. Like, and every day it just keeps getting even more views. So corporate, your math is wrong.
Court filing refresh. When we formally file our legal actions, expect a short renewed spike. Another 3 to 7 days of heightened noise.
They're like, hey, our lawsuit is so garbage, there's gonna be outrage, is what they're saying.
Yeah, so just be prepared for it. The opposing side will likely frame our legal defense as silencing the little guy.
Well, if it's not silencing the little guy, what is it?
This is a normal expected reaction, but it is temporary.
It's funny because these last 2 paragraphs are about like, dude, the wave is gonna end if we just be patient. But now Bricks and Minifigs Corporate has just decided to make this go on for like at least 2 more years, because that's how long lawsuits take. So
I guess we have content for the next 2 years on this.
What they say,
Oh my gosh, 2 years, dude. I mean, if they're dedicated to the cause, absolutely. I mean, I don't see why not.
They said 3 to 7 days is the heightened noise. Now the noise is going from 3 to 7 days to 2 years, and that's all corporate's fault. So you guys are just screwing yourselves at this point. Decay phase, 2 to 4 weeks. Most online outrage fades significantly within a month, assuming no major new fuel.
There's absolutely going to be major fuel, because these guys have been so bad faith already that Ben's just going to be able to capitalize on their bad behavior. But I think you guys were mentioning in chat that he may have shared a bit too much during the unsubbed podcast. Now, I don't think we'll have time to go over that today, but if it is up for free, that could be a future react that we do as well. Probably will not be this week. I'm already lock and loaded for this week, but it may be an interesting watch, not gonna lie.
I think this is my only video on them. Like, we have at least like 6 Residual mentions may linger in niche LEGO and other online communities for 1 to 2 months, but day-to-day operations will normalize much faster. Long-term recovery, 1 to 3 months. Reputation stabilizes. They think the reputation is going to stabilize.
Okay, hold on. I'm sweating over here.
Wait, okay, where's frame to stop on? Hold on.
It's hot and it's very nighttime and
no offense to this guy. Anyway, look, I don't know if their reputation will ever fully stabilize, but again, not everyone lives on the internet. There will be people, unknowing victims, who will continue to get scammed in some way, shape, or form. But for the rest of us, at least we're very much aware of what's going on, and we're not gonna support them, right, chat? We're not gonna go to Bricks and Minifigs and give them our money, our business.
Kansas City. It's crazy how hot it is at nighttime and action
items. How you can help. These are the things that the franchisee owners are going to do to make this better. Please implement the following immediately. Approved response options. Strictly do not engage emotionally.
That's good advice. That's good.
I mean, haven't you guys kind of emotionally engaged? I don't know.
Yeah, wait. Is this going towards the CEO? I feel like he was really mad.
This is the CEO going.
I know, but like he was very emotional about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's writing this to himself.
I mean, it would be really nice if he took his own advice, but maybe he's learned his lesson. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
Telling the franchises, don't do what I did.
Train your staff immediately to use only these approved frameworks based on the situation. We understand our customers are smart, and balancing legal caution with our values helps prevent the appearance of corporal avoidance.
Well, it seems like corporate avoidance is happening right now. They responded within like an hour. We responded, and they have not responded again. So should we give them a way that corporate can respond to prove that they're not doing corporate avoidance? Yep. If you would like to respond, these are the questions everyone wants to know. Question 1. In this footage, corporate says we are taking over the consignment.
He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
However, you say here, we did not take over the consignment. So on one side, we have proof. On one side, which is your side,
I doubt that they're going to answer this. It's going to put them in much more hot water. If anything, the lawyers may come up to you and be like, hey, how's it going, baby G? Again, for the millionth time.
You have no proof. Why should we believe your side if there's no proof? If you believe a side with no proof, that sounds like something a crazy person would do, and your customers aren't crazy. So right now, your customers are siding with the side with proof. But if you want to take the lead, corporate, you can give some proof of why you weren't involved in the consignment. And it also says in the franchise agreement, consignments are allowed, but you say they're not allowed. Can you explain that one? Also, why can't Brian just have his Legos back? You're still keeping them.
Why would they give it back to him? That's money. That's liquid gold. And they're going to sell it for more than whatever they didn't buy it for.
Even though you didn't pay for them. Like, what's stopping you from doing that? Yeah, that's just the main three that come to mind. But if you start with those three, that would be a great way to win back public support if you could answer those questions.
What is this music? What is this elevator music in my ears right now? This guy, dude. It's a beep. It's a beep no matter where you turn, chat. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so for general frontline staff, quick casual inquiries. Okay. Casual, yeah, casual. Oh wow, wait, these are like quotes. These are quotes that they want them to say. Memorize this. Okay, wait, come at me. Like, ask me a question. Okay, ready?
Hello. I heard.
When are we getting to the next part?
And have no comment at this time.
Well, I guess I better leave then.
Wow, that actually works. We're here to get Brian's Legos back.
Well, I actually have a script ready for you.
Oh, you do?
We are aware of the situation involved.
Here's the script. Give back the Legos. Give it back now. Or else we'll show up with the Bean Mafia and we'll charge you $60 for pumpkin spice lattes and croissants. The croissants cost extra. $60 just for the pumpkin spice.
Involving another independently owned location, and we understand why people are upset and asking questions. While we can't speak to the specifics on an ongoing situation, Bricks and Minifigs does not support behavior that harms trust within our communities. Our local stores remain committed to operating with fairness, transparency, and respect for our customers.
Yes, croissants with extra chrome in it. The chrome gives you a bit of a metallic edge.
Customers.
Oh.
Does that answer your question?
Man, okay. Well, if that's the case, I guess I'll just...
Well, actually, it doesn't answer the question because it says Bricks and Minifigs does not support behavior that harms trust within our communities. But they're doing that exact same behavior that harms the trust within their communities, which is stealing from old people.
Exactly.
I guess they think stealing from old people helps the trust, but maybe we have to break them the news.
Honestly, I think that's the new strat. And that's why the Bean Mafia Cafe will be opening shortly around you. If you live in a major city, make sure to get in line for day one. We'll give you a 25% coupon for your $60 pumpkin spice latte this fall, just for you. And if you're a Twitch sub, you get a complimentary coaster to go along with your coffee. So make sure you buy a mug. Make sure to buy our $20 mug and get your $60 pumpkin spice. And we will sell you our $100 ground coffee beans that are definitely not drop shipped from China or India. So please make sure to sign up today for the Bean Mafia Cafe. And day one, during the opening, get your free Polaroid picture with our cat maids. Yes, they are men. Yes. But think about it. Cat girls. It doesn't matter. Get your free freaking coaster today. Oh my gosh. Y'all better not see my idea. I'm about to copyright it.
That's actually not a good thing. Okay, Bricks and Minifigs. If you steal from old people, that does not help the trust in your community. That makes
it worse.
Yeah, if you steal from old people, that people get upset at you if you do that. And so if you want to gain the trust back, you can give Brian the Legos back. And because that's ultimately your goal, right, is to get the trust with your community. So we're giving you a step-by-step guide of how you can get that trust back. Step 1, give Brian the Legos back. Yep.
Step 2.
Well, there's no step 2. Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's a
just give it back, man. Just hand it over. Just give me back the darn Legos. And then Dragon's like, if a goth girl isn't crushing a pumpkin with her thighs on the counter in front of me as she makes the pumpkin spice latte, it ain't worth $60. Look, you. I said we're running a Bean Mafia Cafe, not a brothel. Not a freaking brothel. Hey, yo. You know, not a bad idea, though.
very easy tutorial. I think they just didn't know how to do that before. But now that we made this tutorial for them, it should be very easy for them to gain the trust back. They have further canned response. What's a canned response?
Like a candid? Like candid, maybe?
Canned response.
Candid. I think that means like candid.
It's not like...
No, it's the can sale. That's what they're talking about. Ain't no canned response. You can tell that my last brain cell has been exchanged for whatever nonsense is going on in chat right now.
They put the response in a can and give it to someone, like...
I don't think so. Pre-written reply that someone reuses over and over instead of typing a new message each time.
Oh, so basically, I think this is part of the brainwashing. You know, it's like, hey, instead of thinking for yourselves, just blindly follow what corporate's saying without asking any questions. Because if you ask any questions, you get fired.
Somebody reached out to me yesterday saying they got fired because their friend asked a question on your YouTube channel. Your YouTube
Really?
post.
That's wild. Are they stalking this person? What is going on, dude? Do they have like just a million FBI agents watching? Like, if someone from the franchise talks or asks any sort of question, they're gonna get fired. What is this? I mean, I guess you can fire anyone for any reason, but oh my gosh, this is so petty.
Asked a question and they got fired.
That's crazy.
They're telling their employees, do not say anything. Like they think, you read the whole thing. They think if they just shut up and stand back and be quiet, it'll blow over. It's like they don't know Lego fans and they don't know Star Wars fans.
Yeah. This is crazy.
They hired a crisis team.
Social media monitoring. Extra vigilance is required right now when monitoring your social media. We recommend turning off the ability to comment on your store's social media posts for the time being.
Avoiding responsibility. I see. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll just flood it with a bunch of negative reviews. Let's go, chat. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Let's not get in trouble. That's a horrible idea.
They said they're not trying to silence criticism, though. Isn't that literally silencing? It's like, oh, if we're getting criticism, let's silence it.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that not silencing criticism? Oh, let's keep going. Sorry, I cut you off.
Review monitoring. Monitor your Google, Facebook, and Yelp reviews and immediately flag/report any spam or retaliatory reviews.
But they're not silencing criticism, though, Victor. Please instruct your staff to actively solicit a Google review with every single transaction. A brief verbal reminder at the register to share their honest feedback goes a long way. So they're saying we need to flag all of these reviews that expose us.
Dude, I mean, look, I'm not saying that they can't ask for good reviews, but clearly with what's going on, this is just tactic after tactic to kind of cover their butts and whatnot, to keep the general populace all, sedated and everything. Keep those little sheepies nice and sleepies,
Us for stealing from old people, but then let's make up for it by just every single transaction, leave us a good review, and maybe people won't see the crime that we committed, which is stealing from an old person.
Please use the hyperlinks below to download the following assets we have prepared for you and your team. Crisis De-Escalation Playbook. The short playbook includes verbatim scripts for handling in-store filming, hostile phone calls, and social media comments. So I feel like you should download these. And then
if any Bricks and Minifigs employees have links to any of these videos and want to send them to us.
Next steps in moving forward. We understand how stressful and frustrating situations like this can be for you and your staff. Please know that your safety, peace of mind, and the protection of your local business are our absolute highest priorities.
Well, it seems
I thought corporate wasn't involved.
It's like all of that is actually their lowest priorities, because if it was their highest priority, they would just give the Legos back. That would be a good way to show that it's their highest priority, but they're not doing it. So that makes me think that they don't care about their franchises. They're like, you know what? We're going to steal from this person and you guys have to pay the consequences for it. And we don't care about you because we're not giving the stuff back.
They want to continue stealing from old people, man.
Yeah.
This is a challenging issue, but it is not impossible to overcome. You're 100% correct. You already know what to do. We gave you a very clear step-by-step.
Well, they didn't know before when they wrote this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The tutorial wasn't made when they wrote this email.
Yeah, actually,
but now the tutorial.
Yeah, I think overall, with everything that they've covered so far between the first video and the last video that we watched and this one, this is just to cover their tracks, and it just doesn't look good. Like, what is the point of not giving back the Legos? Just give back the Legos. I think some people were joking, like the CEO didn't get to play with Legos as a kid, and this is his time to get this really, expensive set. But it's just give it back. No one is holding your head at gunpoint. Come on, this is ridiculous. This is so childish. Like, I don't understand why they need to keep it. There's really no reason for them to be keeping any of these Legos whatsoever. No reason at all.
Tutorials out there, they know that they just have to give the stuff back and they'll make it right. I have faith at least they'll make it right now.
We are doing everything we can to protect the brand and our online reputation. While the legal process is not always fast, we want to ensure you that we have a very strong case against them.
Thank you for your resilience. Please reach out if you have any questions. Sincerely, the corporate Bricks and Minifigs team. Well, that was the email, I guess. That was kind of sick.
All right.
We showed you how to make a response, corporate. We would love to hear a response and get the public back on your side. You just got to give the Legos back. The public will be back on your side.
In the meantime, you can shop at westealfromoldpeople.com.
Yeah.
Dude, they are not giving those things back. Sorry, Chief. But maybe, who knows, maybe by the end of this saga they do. I have no idea. I got to catch up with everything, but this is pathetic. On Bricks and Minifigs' part. I don't know if they should get the public back on their side, because they have shown time and time again ill intent, allegedly, and the government involvement, very suspicious. I don't think so. But do the other franchises need to suffer because of something corporate did? I don't think so, but I do believe because they have the name, unfortunately, you do get caught in the crossfire. Even if it's not your fault, even if it's not your problem. If anything, can't they potentially sell it and start their own thing? Maybe they can support that guy that that Ben and his friend here mentioned early on, and that way they can start over without the cursed name of Bricks and Minifigs. Because honestly, I would hightail it out of it there. I'd try to get as much money as I can, go start something else, because at this point, I think they're kind of cooked.